visits him every other week. Or they try to. Um,
Okay. So, um, I think Mark goes to work on August 10th of 95. Well, I guess I should back up. Uh, does he live in New York City? Where does he live?
yeah, he lives in New York City.
Okay. Resuming forward. You go to work on August 10th, 1995, and you have a note on your desk saying that there's some special piece that needs to be done. You need to shoot some B-roll for this new thing called Dogs Grove in Washington Square Park. And they want you to be
Like
filming.
dog's gross.
I said
Sorry.
Grove, but you know what? Yeah, gross dogs. Washington Square Park, and they want you on site by 4:45.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's kind of a boring and sad day. Clive, where do you live?
Clive lives in New York City.
Excellent. What does Clive do in the day to day?
Clive is in the Navy Reserve and he takes that very seriously, but when he's not doing Weekend Warriors stuff, he is a truck driver. He drives dump trucks for a local construction company.
Hell yeah, brother. Living every kid's Tonka dream.
Hell yeah, he loves Tonka.
Pro Tonka lifestyle. All right. So,
God, I wish that was me.
You can just do that.
Turns out.
future career once Tom gets too old to do his maintenance work. I'm sorry, too decrepit. He's already too old.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's more like it.
Um, all right. So, do you envision this as like a kind of 9 to 5 situation, or is it more like they call you when they need you, sort
Probably
of
the
deal?
latter.
Okay. So,
Yeah, he's the
you
kind of guy who goes to the gym every day.
okay? So after your 3-hour workout in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Because
you
he's a freak.
Uh, does Planet Fitness? Not that he would go to Planet Fitness. Does Planet Fitness exist in 1995?
No.
What year did Planet Fitness come out? I love that phrasing. 1992. Okay, that's really funny to me. Okay, so you go, you check your call logs, your voicemail,
My pager. I probably have a pager.
your pager. You check your pager and you see a request has come in for a load pickup at Washington Square Park for a company called Donner Gloves.
Donner gloves. Okay.
They request that you are on site by 4:45.
It's pretty late in the day for a pickup.
It's also weird to pick up for a glove company
Yeah.
at a
Yeah.
park, but you know.
It must be just like a name. The guy is named Mr. Glove or something, clearly.
The guy's name's Mr. Glove.
Yep. We now go back in time a little bit because I know Ron Johnson, where do you live?
I live in McKinleyville, California, which is outside of the large town Eureka, which is about 3 hours from the actually recognizable city of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go back in time. It is no longer August 10th. It is now August 7th. What's your day like? What?
Assuming that I am not, well, yeah, I mean, I think most of my days, whenever it's not, you know, uh, drug lord season,
Is
are
August drug
filled
lord
with,
season?
probably,
might be.
actually.
Okay, so
Probably.
it's drug
That
lord
sounds
season.
like grow season. Yeah.
So I know
Yeah, so I
what
mean,
you're talking about because you told me this before, but
yeah,
it sounds like that's like a hunting season. Like
I mean, kind of. When you look at it the right way, it is. Um, yeah, so I would say that right now it's very much so like a couple weeks of doing more intense work and then like a couple weeks of switching off, letting someone else take the heat for a bit and doing more chill stuff and going back to being just the friendly neighborhood park ranger giving information on redwood trees. And I'd say that right now this is like one of his off weeks, so to speak, where it's like, all right, you know, not your turn. So waking up at like 4:30 a.m., having some coffee, uh, reading the newspaper a little bit, combing his mustache, and then
Of course.
heading out to the ranger station to hold down the boring part of the fort.
Literal tree fort in the woods.
Sure. Okay. So you pull into work at the appropriate time in your mind, and there's another
Hello, Jacoby.
another ranger there whose name is not Jacoby, because that's kind
I
of
mean, it could be. There's Jacoby Square.
sure. Okay. The other ranger Jacoby.
How much reading did you do?
I love I love just
California.
cursing you guys with cursed knowledge of Humboldt County. Actually, the cursed part is that they don't pronounce it Jacoby Square. They pronounce it Jacoby.
That is cursed.
All right. So
Hello,
Lieutenant Director
Dan.
Dan Jacoby, slaps you on the shoulders as you walk in, says, "Ron, I didn't know you put in a paper. That's mighty impressive of you."
I didn't.
You, you no, that you must have. That there's this conference, this
Conference.
do-gooders Forest Ranger conference in New York City. They said your proposal's been accepted.
I like stare him in the eye while taking a sip from my mug, and like it's like a good 15-second long, just like
I imagine he does this frequently. So
yeah, that wasn't me, but I'll go.
Okay. I'm glad you're gonna go because it did take me a little bit of shuffling around to get the time off approved for you to. Well, I mean, I guess it's not. Well, I thought for it to not really be time off because you're like going and spreading the good word of what all these cool things we do as rangers. So, but like the shift's off essentially. Have a good time in New York.
New York. Oh. Can I take it back? It's already set in stone. He's not taking it back.
sitcom, like boom, 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 boom.
I'll be dead before I go to New York. Ron goes to New York.
But yes, you apparently, theoretically, have had this paper accepted by the Do-Gooders Ranger Conference in New York City. You are told that your hotel room will be provided and that there is an orientation for all the speakers in Washington Square Park at 4:45 on August 10th.
Listen, Sharon, I don't care if it's my weekend. I can't have the boys this weekend. I have to go to New York. No, it's not a
Why
joke.
don't you take the boys to New York? They need to go to New York.
Those boys don't need a city. They need the woods when it's not drug lord season.
It takes a while to get off the phone with Cheryl.
My bitch ex-wife, Sharon.
I'm sorry, Sharon. Who may or may not actually be a bitch. Maybe she's just a concerned mother living in drug lord territory.
That doesn't make any sense.
Lydia, I believe you also live in California.
Yeah, I do.
So, what does your normal day look like?
Um, I wake up from what little sleep I got due to my horrific anxiety as I go over all of the social interactions that I did wrong the day
Holy
before.
shit.
Oh my gosh, is this Marissa?
I then somehow get up late even though I was wide awake and staring at the ceiling. I then very hurriedly get dressed for work and I go into the veterinary clinic that I work at. Um, it's the only veterinary clinic in town. Um, and then I spend my day working on various animals. If I'm lucky, they're pets. If I'm not, then it's wildlife. I still care about wildlife. I just have been on edge since the last call I got. Um, and I attempt to socialize with my peers. I usually fail, and then I go home and talk to my landlord, uh, who tries to get me to marry one of her nephews. And then I try to play with my cat. Um, I think he hates me, but I love him. And then I fall asleep, hopefully.
Okay, so you have now described a full day
Oh,
where
I'm sorry.
where nothing happened. The next day, no, no, yeah, um, I think right before you head upstairs after talking to your landlord, she says, "Oh dear, a package came for you."
Okay.
I don't mean to snoop, but I've never heard of this cruise line before. What what does that say?
I
Disney Green?
Disney.
Lily's so confused at first. She's like, I hate ships.
It,
What?
and you have a package from a company called Disney Green.
Disney.
Uh, I'll look I'll look at it. It's probably a mistake.
Yeah,
And
you
I'll
open it up. It says, "We're excited for you to take our cruise. We ship out from New York City." on August 10th, there is this fake little coconut thing that is probably meant to be a drink cup, but looks like it's kind of gotten broken in the shipping, so it's a little chipped. And a plane ticket to New York City with a note saying that the group will meet up in, you guessed it, Washington Square Park at 4:45 for a small tour of the city before you ship off.
No way.
That's crazy.
That's where I'm going.
Twinsies. um, yeah, she'll let her landlord and boss know that she won a surprise cruise and try her best to be excited for it, even though she hates boats.
Me
And
too.
honestly, she hates most forms of travel.
So does she go into this thinking that she will actually be getting on a boat?
She knows it's Delta Green, but she is worried that it has to do with boats.
Okay.
Gee, I sure hope it has something to do with boats.
Says the Navy man. All right. So most of you are probably at least somewhat aware of the fact that maybe you were not contacted by a random DG, but instead Delta Green. Or maybe you think you're actually going to go pick up junk in the park. Who knows?
Picking up gloves in the park.
How do people arrive to the Washington Square Park with the information that they believe they have?
This is very important. Did Ron and I have the same flights?
Yeah, but I didn't make eye contact.
I would
Holy
say
shit.
Oh no, anxiety!
I would
Uh,
say
Almost certainly
probably.
because the Humboldt County Airport is tiny. There's like 2 gates.
There's exactly one flight that goes to Chicago that could connect to New York every 3 days. No.
Oh no, it goes to San Francisco, and then from there it can go somewhere else.
Yeah, you guys are probably on the same flights.
If you
Fun
don't
fact, that's the only time that I've been on a propeller plane for a flight I paid for.
she tried to wave at you, and if you ignore her, she spends the entire flight, all the flights connecting everything, spiraling, wondering what she did wrong.
Oh, he knows this. He's not gonna do that to you.
Okay.
As funny as it would be to me, he's not gonna do that because he knows what kind of person you are. Gosh, what was your character's name again?
Lydia.
Lydia. Oh, Lydia, hi.
Oh, hi.
You're going out of town too, huh?
Yeah, I won a cruise.
Oh, that's nice. I accepted an offer to a conference that I didn't apply for. Apparently, I'll be speaking.
Oh, wow, that's a way better thing.
What? No, cruise is great. You want to switch?
I mean, yes. I
You
don't know
you want to
what
give a
you're
last
talking
minute
about.
speech?
Oh no. No, you're right. That's worse. That's worse.
Yeah, I figured I'm gonna just get really, really drunk and enter a fugue state, and what happens happens.
Does that work?
It's got me where I am so far. It got me a master's degree.
Oh, cool. I have a master's too. That's why I make slightly above minimum wage.
Oh,
Oof.
Aren't you a doctor? Like a bear doctor?
Know how to respond to that.
Do the bears not pay?
Well, no, they're
Bears
bears.
don't have
Those rat
insurance.
bastards.
I need to look up if a veterinarian is a PhD.
I mean,
No,
they're an
I don't think
MD, I'm pretty sure.
I guess it depends on what kind of vet.
All right. 3 awkward flights later. You are in.
Oh,
Ooh,
sorry, they're a
terribly uncomfortable.
DMV.
Yeah,
Or
you do need
DVM.
a doctor.
Oh dear.
You probably make. I mean, once you pay your student loans, it might not come out to much more than minimum wage.
Well, this is the '90s when the American dream was still real.
Yeah.
That's fair. It was more
Yeah, the
because
college
he's out in
tuition
the
hadn't-
middle of nowhere.
Ballooned.
Cattle. Horses. There's money to be made.
She's just actually really bad at finances. She's actually super rich and she just doesn't know it.
Just got a crippling gambling addiction.
Definitely not that, but her medication history might be the reason.
All right. Y'all land in New York. How do y'all arrive at the
Drunk.
drunk? You show up to Washington Square Park drunk.
I have a daiquiri in hand.
I imagine we got like lost at some point if you got drunk and I was
It's
supposed to
okay, I've got a
follow.
wonderful sense of direction in nature. Where's the nearest tree?
And she's trying to get this man and herself to the thing.
This place is a cement hell.
They're definitely late.
Okay.
Late or like late for someone with anxiety?
I think late. I'm guessing like at least by like 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay. So you're strolling in probably closer to 5.
Rolling is not the word I would use, but yes.
Stumbling.
She's
Entering.
like frantic pulling his arm trying to get him.
Okay. So, Clive, I assume you bring your dump truck.
Yeah, I guess he would.
All kicked up.
Okay.
I have to assume dump truck Navy man is pretty on time, right?
Yes, absolutely on time.
All right. And Mark, what about you? Do you bring camera equipment as if you're going to be recording this dog grove in the park, or?
Yeah, Mark keeps that thing on him.
Okay.
And he's also he's also learned from years of doing stuff like this to show up 15 minutes early at least. Just so that he can make sure that he has plenty of time to set up and also maybe even capture some, behind the scenes footage, quote unquote. So he arrives around 20 to 20 minutes early.
All right. With that, you're probably the first one to arrive. As you arrive in the park, it seems like some kind of event is going on. Not dog related. Doesn't seem like a dog event. But there is a lot of people and musicians, clowns, jugglers, almost kind of like some kind of street fair is happening in this park.
Okay.
You're not necessarily sure if there's really anything to record.
Well, I'll just go ahead and have my camera at the ready. Um, maybe catch some footage of some of the stuff while I'm walking around trying to find it. Just it's just film, right?
Yeah.
He's not paying for it. There's no dogs anywhere.
I mean, there's dogs. It's a park, but it's not like nothing stands out to you as an event that you would classify as Dogs Grove. It it's just like a dude, he's walking his dog. Another dude, he's letting his dog off the leash, even though there's way too many people to do that.
Yeah, they're really making you work for this B-roll.
Yeah. I hate this job.
As you're getting some B-roll of dogs, a dump truck rolls up. Uh, I would say, Clive, you've circled the park once or twice.
Yeah.
There, there is no building labeled anything to do with gloves around here. There is some kind of street fair thing going on in the park. Uh, like I said, clowns, musicians, general revelry.
She like checks his pager again and just like stands outside of his truck, like hoping someone will find him if it's actually a job. But like, this is unusual.
All right.
Do I notice the dump truck at all?
It's hard not to notice a dump
I
truck.
mean, I would make you.
Well, not New York City. It's not.
The parked dump truck by the park at 4:45 p.m. is a little out of place. You can definitely see it.
Okay. How big is this park?
I don't know. Let's see. One of the fun things about running things in the real world is I can actually Google Washington.
9.75 acres.
So it's pretty big.
Okay, yeah.
But you all are conveniently in similar areas. Clive, you are approached by a middle-aged man in glasses and a business suit. He is maybe a little bit younger than his slightly graying hair suggests, but he approaches you very quickly and gives you a sharp nod and says, "This way."
Understood. I'll follow him. People who look like they know what they're doing usually do.
As you're recording some of this B-roll, Mark, you get a sharp tap on your shoulder.
Hello? How can I help you?
Please turn that off and follow me.
Okay. I click the camera off and I start to follow him, although I'm visibly nervous.
You kind of start to follow this man who has given very little introduction. You see that there is another person following this man as well, and Clive, what do you look like? Other than obviously incredibly jacked because you spent 3 hours in the gym this morning.
He looks like someone who has a stat total that's kind of ridiculous.
He just looks stacked. Okay.
Yeah, he looks like a tank, kind of.
Got it all, man.
Yeah, so he's kind of like Schwarzenegger coated.
Okay, so you see a young Arnold Schwarzenegger.
As
Basically,
you
yeah.
would expect.
Yeah, but he has like glasses that are a little too small for his face.
You see a young, maybe a little nerdy Arnold Schwarzenegger. And young Arnold Schwarzenegger, you see
Oh man, I had just not thought of this at all.
a dude.
A dude,
Real
he's
people are
got,
boring.
like dark curly hair, and a goatee. Um, maybe early 30s, late 20s, somewhere in there. Not physically impressive, but from the outside, but obviously he carries around cameras all day, so he's got
He's something of an Arnold
endurance.
himself.
What?
Something of an Arnold himself.
He's something of an Arnold himself.
I
Yes,
lift cameras.
a young, skinny Arnold. Like the guy from Hey Arnold.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, I just looked at my stats and I realized I've got a 9 in strength. That's awkward.
Actually, not Jack.
Wiry
Womp
Arnold.
Womp womp. It's okay.
womp. You two are guided towards this kind of tall monument where the person directing you kind of turns sharply to face you two, and he's tapping his foot impatiently, and he says, "There's supposed to be more."
Supposed to be more dogs?
Dogs.
What? I don't. No, more of you.
Oh, it was a joke.
I assure you, we're probably here on no laughing matter.
He checks something on a pager and says, "One moment." And he runs off into the crowd. Not really running, but, that kind of serious, fast paced walk that.
The WOG.
The WOG. As. Lydia, you almost run into this man who almost comes out of nowhere and says, "You're late."
Sorry. We got lost. I'm sorry.
Is this the convention? It's a lot of dogs.
Ron, there's no convention. This is the people that took care of the bear incident.
Which one?
The
July?
the one we almost
The May one?
died.
Oh, the one you were there for. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, Disney Green. Do-gooder. I get it. All right, let me just go puke this out of my system behind that bush, and I'll be good to go.
I'm so sorry, sir. I'm really sorry.
I thought I was giving a speech. I'm sorry.
Is He
You pre-gamed your speech?
Yeah.
just try not to draw too much attention and follow me when you're done.
He's like still wearing his ranger uniform. And, like,
Why? Thanks to this guy.
he was gonna give a speech for a conference for rangers.
Only you.
Lydia totally thought that you knew what was going on, and then she's like, "Oh, he did it."
All right, so you are all gathered together by this impatient man who introduces himself as Marcus. I trust you all are at least somewhat aware now of why you're here.
I believe so.
More or less.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. He has a briefcase, one that you almost don't remember seeing him having when he gathered you all together, and he pulls out dossiers for each of you. You all have been granted clearance to assist the FBI in collecting and organizing evidence from a location of interest in a suspected kidnapping. Uh, Ranger, man, whatever you are calling yourself, um, I believe you have been officially deputized to the FBI. The rest of you are just functioning as advisors.
Huh?
The usual.
I'm sorry. I've been deputized into the FBI. I do still. I haven't lost my position in the Ranger Agency, have I?
I don't believe so.
I'm just making sure.
You are
Because, like, my.
you are a law enforcement officer, correct?
Correct.
So you are with the FBI now, for now.
Okay. He, like, looks around. The fact that he's in New York City. He's like, you couldn't find a more local guy.
Surely you were brought here for your special set of skills.
I mean, I've killed a lot of bears. Was it a kidnapper bear?
I don't believe Smokey will be here.
If I may, I think you might have been more brought here because of her.
That makes more sense.
I literally look behind me.
Who?
Huh?
I'll go ahead and look behind her too. Just like, why is she looking back?
like 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 she is looking for the other person. She
Uh, some of the notes mentioned a dog. But, anyway, your job is to assist the FBI in cataloging every item and paper in the missing woman's apartment. There were symbols that are associated with things that are important to our organization that we have had reports of being there. That is why you all have been brought in for this. Your job is to determine if there's any unnatural influences that are behind this disappearance. If so, do what you need to.
Unnatural in what way?
He looks at you like you're stupid. Not that that's an unreasonable question, but he thinks it is. Unnatural.
Okay.
Lydia raises her hand.
Yes, doctor.
Oh, Lydia's fine.
Nope.
Oh,
No real names.
Well, we know hers now.
oh, sorry.
Way to give it away, agent.
Not that either.
I just wanted to know when we do all this, the cataloging and stuff, who do we turn it into and when?
The natural goes to the FBI. The unnatural, make your best judgment if it should be turned in or destroyed.
So we're working with the FBI, but not for the FBI.
Correct.
I understand.
Any further questions?
While we're here, is there a base of operations for us?
I believe some of you are locals. You probably have some apartment or something.
Uh, okay.
Really clandestine. Well,
What? Where do you have the address or something?
It's in the paperwork.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Good night.
Anything else?
did he say when to meet back up? Because I know that was her question, but
No, he did not.
okay. So are you gonna answer her question, or do we just kind of tap our heels 3 times and say there's no place like New York, and you appear?
He sighs and pulls out a business card that has nothing on it but a singular phone number. If you need to reach me, here you go.
Oh,
I take it and I immediately hand it to the doctor.
Oh, I hand it to Mark. Since you looked like you were reaching for it.
pocket it.
May this be a long and fruitful partnership. Any further questions?
Thank you.
Great. Have a good rest of your evening. I'm sure they will expect you tomorrow to begin the cataloging.
Oh, do we have hotel rooms?
Yeah, I was told I was being provided a hotel.
Your keys should be in your dossiers.
Cool.
Thank you.
Well, I guess in that case, if you guys want to be meeting at our hotels rather than, your permanent residence, I'd say that makes sense.
That might be prudent.
Yeah. Certainly.
Nice to meet you both.
Likewise, Doctor.
She looks very uncomfy with that.
So, where do you even go here for a slice of pizza?
Almost anywhere.
Well,
My God.
the original New York style pizza is just down the street.
My God. We should drop off these dossiers and then get ourselves some slices. I'm becoming McMurtry again.
Who? As you have turned your conversation to pizza, Marcus has disappeared into the crowd.
Thank God. That man was a wet towel.
I assume you're not planning on staying for the festivities of the
dogs.
the dogs that aren't really here. So you all may head out of the park to head to pizza or wherever you'd like to go. As you leave the park, Mark,
Yes.
there are a number of clowns and musicians, jugglers, circus type revelry about. But you see one in particular that kind of stands out to you. There is this almost more open area where onlookers are gathered. Everywhere else, the crowd seems to just kind of ebb and flow. But here, there's almost this circle around a singular clown. It is small, almost child size. They are dancing with some kind of ribbon, and in the air, with jerky movements, they are making some kind of shape. There is a relentless drum playing from an old record player nearby, and the clown is covered with these geometric shapes on their clothing in various colors, wearing a mask that covers its entire head, with a odd, creepy smile of rectangular teeth peering out beneath it. The clown dances this precise dance and drags this ribbon through the air in very specific patterns. It's weird.
I'll go ahead and. What?
It's weird.
Weird. I noticed that, and I will go ahead and. I will. Um. Sorry, I'm opening up my character sheet. I'll go ahead and I'll get that on video. Probably, at least a cycle or two.
Okay.
Because I might want to speed it up or slow it down later to see if maybe there's some kind of symbols.
Just looks like a clown to me.
He's actually just drawing a penis in the air.
And after I'm done, I'd like to see if I could communicate with the clown in some way, maybe.
It's not the alien.
I do like communicate with the strange clown.
Well, clowns don't typically respond. Like, to people. They and
I have
oh,
never encountered a clown, so who
Uh,
knows?
yeah, as you approach this kind of clown, this crowd's gathered around them. The crowd suddenly breaks up, scattering in all different directions, and as they do, the clown is gone.
Oh, he didn't want to talk to you.
okay. Well, I'm glad I got the footage.
That was, if you're interested in that, it is good that you got it before you approach.
Yeah.
So, Ron wants pizza.
I sure do.
I want to look through the dossier,
Okay.
but I guess we could do
I
that.
would also look through that too.
Do you
I
want
mean,
As
I'll
the
get a
NPCs.
slice to go.
Okay. So you get some slices to go, and do you head
Before
to
we
one of
start
the
reading.
hotels, or do you find a library? What do you want to do to just raid them in the street?
Maybe a library would be good in case we need
You
to
need to
do
look
some
anything up.
follow-up. In case we need to do some follow-up research. Yeah.
Oh, sounds good. Who knew being a park ranger would have so much reading involved?
I think that's
I
pretty standard.
I thought you said you had a master's.
Yeah, but like that was college, you know? That's not.
Did you think you had to stop reading after college?
I hoped.
Nourish the mind as you nourish your body.
Thanks, Arnold.
What do you all introduce yourselves as? It can be a name. It can be your name. Marcus isn't here to tell you no. Um,
Fuck you, Marcus. Um,
Yeah, I'm Ron.
Ron, we're supposed to use fake names.
Yeah, but you already gave away yours.
well,
I
I
mean,
mean, gave a fake name earlier. Wink. And he does say wink out loud.
she's just like, I mean, we should at least try. And while it may not be great, like, we're going to be talking to other
I like
people
have my last name on my uniform.
that aren't part of the organization. And so, like, maybe we should use not real names.
you could call me Chief.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have a I guess that's fine. And you, sir?
You can just call me Mark.
Okay. I think that's a fake name. Uh
Mark, what a good bland fake name. Perfect. Perfect.
yeah.
Yes, we just met Marcus. I'm Mark.
Yeah.
Uh I guess I'll go with Anna. Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Ron, you should have a fake one.
All right. Don.
Okay.
Don Donson.
Don Swanson.
So, Ron, are you really a park ranger?
Yeah, it's pretty rad. Not gonna lie.
That's cool.
What about you guys? I mean, what are you? I mean, I know the doctor brings expertise, but But I mean,
She
so you
looks
have a
very
camera.
nervous. She's like, "Oh no, expectations."
Granted, she didn't know what a bear was, but
She looks at them. She's like, it really wasn't a bear.
Well, I made films for a while, and now I work for the news. Um, you all saw my camera earlier. Good at documenting.
right on.
Spent 20 years in the Navy.
Whoa.
Are you actually like 40?
35. So
He's rounding up.
I-
only slightly, honestly.
He was a powder monkey.
His
Ever
Because,
since he was 12.
his
I don't know
dad
how
was in
early
the
you can
Navy,
go in.
and he just counts it as himself too.
I'm 35 years old and I've spent 40 years in the
He's just a
Yeah, he
real
would have joined
go-getter.
when he was like 16, so
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
All right, you all meet up. Do you? I will not make you wait any longer. Do you want to open up your dossiers?
Now
Yeah.
out with the
Yeah.
dossier.
Read.
The first thing you find is hotel keys for those who need them.
Woohoo!
second
Ring a ling
Yay.
ling, baby.
You find is a well-crafted little ID badge that gives you FBI credentials as an agent for Ron and essentially advisors, consultants for everyone else.
Nice. What's up, Kaiser? Hi. You're so chatty. And you don't want me touching you. What do you want? What do you want?
You find a police and FBI file that details the disappearance of one Abigail Wright. Photo of said person, Abigail Wright. It is incredibly blurry. It is a mirror selfie with a sticker on the back of it that says that it was taken on June 1st of 94.
I don't think selfies were invented yet, Mr. DM.
You can't take a picture in the mirror in
No.
1994.
No.
Okay. You know what?
Also,
You get no
so
picture.
sorry. I was trying to set up a note page thingy.
Oh,
It took me a bit to get that started.
I'm sorry.
You said Abigail Wright?
Yep.
Okay. That was the last I heard.
Abigail
And
Wright.
selfie.
She took a bad mirror selfie. That you have an address for a building called the McAllister Building with the apartment number that that was hers, and a freshly made set of keys to said building and the apartment that are clearly stamped with a "Do not duplicate" thing on them. Presumably, it has been duplicated because there are now 4 of them.
Handy.
Okay.
Is that all the information?
There is also, sorry, a single New York Post article.
What does the New York Post article say?
Well, I'm hoping to get it uploaded so that I can just show you instead of read it, but I'm struggling with my life at this exact second. So if you give me one moment, maybe I can figure it out. Or maybe I can't.
Oh.
Okay. Add page. Name. New York Post. Sorry, I finally found that they do have all of these things for me to upload for you guys today. I thought I was going to have to screen clip the book. I'm just going to read it for now because I can't upload it, but I'll get it uploaded for you guys for next time. It says, missing artist prompts new fears in Kips Bay. For those who knew artist Abigail Wright, her disappearance from her Kips Bay co-op around June 4th is a mystery. Authorities have been frustrated in their efforts to find the young woman, last seen near her apartment at East 32nd Street and 2nd Avenue. According to a source familiar with the case, early leads have collapsed, and that they're no closer to locating Wright. They say that a strange and disturbing collection of items have been found in her apartment, including medical supplies, books, and machinery. Wright's neighbor says everything was fine with her and nothing indicated she was in danger, and her apartment was locked from the inside. There has been a rise in break-ins, muggings, and assaults in the neighborhood. A local leader suggests that police are nowhere to be found in the area after 5 p.m.
After when?
5 p.m.
Oh, great.
That it's not a good idea to walk around after dark.
Man.
Isn't New York wonderful?
And this is why you hone your body into a weapon.
With that information, I see it is pretty close to when we want to end for the night, so I will give you all 2 weeks to think about how you want to approach this event.
Oh,
Directly.
but first I want to roll heavy machinery and fail at it, hopefully. And also ride and stealth. I
No.
stealth up on Marcus.
No rolling for stats.
How do you change your name in the players thing again?
Right click
That sounds right.
and then go to
How
user
do I change
configuration.
the upper thingy? Like, because right now it's got like McMurtry Colin for like all of the auto roll things, the shortcuts.
I think Alex has to
HUD.
assign them for us for that to work.
Okay, I will auto assign you guys to a different set for next time.
Ooh, thank you.
I also might just remove the last thing last agents and NPCs so that they're just kind
You
of out
could
of the
just
way.
do that.
Delete all. Womp womp.
And there we go. That fixed it.
Bye bye.
Nice.
But yeah, you all have been summoned to New York to deal with a disappearance. This
New
might
York.
feel a little odd for those from California, but that is just the way the world works.
Yeah.
Quick question. Looking at my HP, it says I have 10 out of 11.
You should have 11 out of 11.
Okay.
No, you're just so anxious that
I permanently
take
have minus
damage,
1
yeah.
health.
or you take one hit and you're just like, oh yeah, you can I'll just say you hit me twice.
You can defeat me.
I'm so sorry for inconveniencing you.
But yeah, I am excited to get the ball rolling a little bit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.